Welcome back to Photo Finds. I'm Mikey and I'm going to be your host for this week's show. I'm flying solo because we did a lot of running around town this week, so I'm giving Lauren the night off. But look forward to some photos from downtown Orlando, doing a little bit of Potter Watch, and we're going to Disney's Hollywood Studios. So without any further delay, we're actually going to kick it off here at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter with a little bit of Potter Watch. Over at the Islands of Adventure side, you could see that the original gate leading into the Wizarding World from Lost Continent has been reopened, and not much else has been going on besides that whole path being boarded up, because I think everything else right now is going on backstage. So over here in the Universal side, we have this pathway. You can see it's pretty narrow going in front of King's Cross and the whole London facade. You can see the back of that wall right here, where on the right side is where the pathway used to be. A lot of people are saying they're going to be installing some new light posts pretty soon, so we should be able to see those springing up in the next couple days. Here's more of the back side of the wall. And then I saw this guy putting up this welding earlier in the week, and it looks like it's going to be the entranceway to London from the Fear Factor side, and I assume this is going to be cemented up. It's going to be some sort of archway at some point. Here's it from a little bit further back. The guy on the apple picker, the cherry picker, whatever you want to call the picker, putting up these tower things. That's pretty much it for Potter Watch. And something to note, when Beetlejuice doesn't have shows, sometimes the shows have been getting canceled lately. The characters from the show come out and do meet and greets. So I saw Beetlejuice himself actually out doing a meet and greet, taking photos, signing autographs, and interacting with park guests. Also, now that spring break is here, the Green Eggs and Ham location over at Islands of Adventure is open. I've never personally eaten there, but it's not usually open, so it's kind of a treat to see that it's opened. And if you want some green eggs and ham, the option is there probably for the next month or so. And let's go into City Walk. As you can see, the Cold Stone billboard has been added. So now we have Cold Stone and Starbucks added to the wall of billboards because Cold Stone is open as well as Starbucks. We now have this sign up at the front of City Walk. And let's go into Cold Stone for a second. As you see, the doors are open and tons of guests are sitting outside. You peek inside and you have that mirror that I saw sitting outside. There's one of the construction workers actually enjoying some ice cream. And then you can see the whole counter right there with the menu behind the counter. So that's kind of cool. It's not a very large store. It's pretty much you walk in, counter, and that's it. And right next door, the Starbucks location is finally open. Here's a cameo from the Hard Rock Orlando's social media mascot, Rocky Barboa. He decided to show up opening day, but Starbucks, the new Starbucks location is officially open and ready to go downstairs. It is right next to Bubba Gump's, sandwiched between Bubba Gump's and Cold Stone. Then a quick peek inside shows you the wall on the left has some artwork showing where certain coffee beans come from. You can see people already utilizing their laptops. I didn't actually see if my device picked up on any kind of Wi-Fi, but I assume that there is going to be complimentary Wi-Fi or maybe even some Wi-Fi that you have to pay for. I don't know, but that's kind of a staple at most Starbucks, I believe. And then let's look at the other side. I have a panorama of it. Pretty basic Starbucks, but it is a big store in there. This is to the right when you walk in. It's a pretty long counter. All the way to the right, you have your normal bakery items. Out in front of the store, they have a banner out. They'll probably switch this up from time to time of featured drinks. And this is for the new Italian eatery that will be popping up there probably pretty soon, within the next month or two. And of course, I had to try my own Starbucks drink for the first time on the way out while it's brand new. And I got the drink that's fit for a Gryffindor. I'm not going to really say what's in it. Just know that there is 18 pumps of syrup, I was told. And I was asked if I like sweet drinks before they made it for me because they were afraid that I'd send it back. And I do like my coffee pretty sweet. And the drink fit for a Gryffindor, while it doesn't really taste like a butterbeer, it is pretty good. And now for something a little bit different on photo finds, let's go to downtown Orlando. We have a pretty decent downtown area here in Orlando with, your random artwork, and that's Lake Eola as the backdrop. We got downtown people doing downtown things. We got tons of people doing yoga in the middle of the park. There's a lot of quaint little shops, places to get brunch. There's a path around the lake to where you can walk your dog. There are tons of people walking their dogs. Usually on the weekends, there's a farmer's market. You'll find a lot of people selling paintings and other wares. Here's a shot of Lake Eola. You see the Lake Eola fountain in the middle. It kind of has a Back to the Future clock tower-esque story to where it got struck by lightning a few years ago and it didn't work for years and years, and finally somebody started some sort of Save the Fountain fund, and now it actually has a whole fountain show similar but not exactly as the grand of a scale as the fountains at Epcot, but it does something like that where it shoots water up in the air. This is like a seagull iron statue thing that's in the lake. There's a lot of artwork around. As you can see, there's this other stone statue that's kind of coming out of the ground. I admit I did not take a photo of the plaque. I apologize to the artist. But I did take a photo of this plaque because it is a little bit more relevant to the show, and kind of around Lake Eola, you'll sometimes see in photos a big green thing, and that big green thing is the Walt Disney Amphitheater at Lake Eola. And this plaque right here commemorates that. And let's take a look at the actual theater itself, when sometimes on the weekends you'll see orchestras playing, dance groups, other school bands and things like that. You can see the Lake Eola fountain off to the left. Here's another sign that's kind of off of Orange Avenue, kind of letting you know that that's Lake Eola on the right, with the Walt Disney Amphitheater being the entranceway to Lake Eola. And here's a shot of that fountain when it's shooting the water up to its highest degree. There's other kinds of rhythms of that fountain, but here's that statue that we saw, the first photo that I showed you when we started the downtown photos. And later on that night, we went to the Amway Center where we saw Paul Simon and Sting on stage together. This is the home of the Orlando Magic, and it is the big venue where all of us locals go see our concerts and all those kind of things. The Amway Center is huge. Here is a shot of Lauren in our suite that we were able to watch the show from. Thank you very much to the Amway Center for allowing us to watch the show from the suite. It didn't allow us great photo ops from where we were, but it did allow us to really have a nice view of the show. We also were able to have dinner at Jernigan's, which is a restaurant inside the Amway Center. It features chef table style dining to where you can have all you care to eat, and you keep going up like a buffet. And that place is usually open for shows and Orlando Magic games as well. Here's a shot of the stage from where we were able to watch the show. We only had our iPhones to take photos, so this is just before the show, and to take a photo during the show, it just really wouldn't have turned out well on an iPhone camera. But here is my drink in a souvenir Orlando Magic 25th year anniversary cup. And the concert was really cool. Sting and Paul Simon together. It was just hit after hit after hit. So it was just really an amazing show. And now it's time to head on over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, to where the first thing I noticed was the Disney Nature's film billboard for Bears that's coming up. It'll be narrated by Wreck-It Ralph himself, John C. Reilly, and it'll be hitting theaters on Earth Day, April 18th. We were at Disney's Hollywood Studios on St. Patrick's Day, so let's take a look at a couple photos and look at the crowd, and you could spot out a bunch of these green shirts. This is in front of the Rock and Roller Coaster, and here is the outside queue of the Great Movie Ride. Also, something to note was the more popular FastPass Plus area at Hollywood Studios is where the old tip board used to be. But if you continue to go behind the Sorcerer's Hat in front of the entrance to the Great Movie Ride, there's another FastPass Plus distribution area. And you can see on the left there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cast members there standing, not doing anything. And then you look on the right, there's another few not doing anything. So this is a good secret FastPass Plus area at Disney's Hollywood Studios to check out. Here are a couple more shots. You can see all the green shirts headed towards Sci-Fi. And then here we are on the streets of America. Not many green shirts, but you could spot them out if you're looking for them. It wasn't terribly busy when we were there. It was about noon, 12:30-ish. You could see Lauren there on the bottom of the screen. Hey, hey babe. Also, this was in front of the backlot tour. I've never seen this much graffiti. I assume this was done by cast members, a whole bunch of sidewalk chalk art, easy for me to say. Just some random movie quotes, nothing extravaganza, Tony Danza. And then finally, over by the Lightning McQueen and Tom Mater meet and greet. I've never seen this coffee station before. It's themed around cars, but you can get your coffee, pastries, all that other kind of stuff right there at the exit to the Muppet Vision 3D. That about does it for us this week here at Photo Finds. Hopefully Lauren will be back with us next week. I hope you liked the show. If you have any requests, tweet at me at JustMikeyHRC. We'll see you next week. Remember, both sides are open. Bye.